Hi there, Scorpio. Welcome to your routine RuneScope. My name is Amanda. As always, be sure to watch the video also for your rising sign, because that can give you some more information about other themes and things you'll be dealing with in February. Of course, the only way to get a reading specifically for you is to schedule one. And I do readings on Skype. They are $5 for a half-hour session. So you can drop me a line below at the email address below this video if you want to set up an appointment and haven't had a chance to do that yet. I'm normally booking about 2 to 3 weeks out, so there may be a little bit of a wait, but the sooner you contact me, the sooner I can get you scheduled for that. I also did post a yearly overview for all Scorpio risings. You can check that out by just clicking RuneScopes under this video and going to channel, the main page, and then you can page down and find the Scorpio teen RuneScope. I have Aphrodite here for February to lend her energy to these readings, so hopefully she can help give us an accurate portrait of what Scorpios will be dealing with in their love lives. But for a lot of you, as February starts out, I see you focused on Scorpio. Someone in your family who is causing some issues. Somebody who's being very stubborn. Just blindly following their own path, not listening to anyone's advice. And this is proving very disruptive to the family. In some cases, Scorpio, this might be you. Are you holding on to a stance or an opinion just because you started out that way, even if maybe you were wrong to do so? These are things you're going to be thinking about and worry. But for the most part, I feel like this is somebody in your family who's just causing disruption. And there's just like constant surprises, constant drama surrounding this person right now. And it's causing people to particularly mother or people connected with your mom's side of the family to be upset and kind of in a ruckus. So, and I see that that's kind of the focus, this sort of disruptive person and their energy very much kind of dictating what's going on within the family. And you kind of, are of course part of that because it's your family. So for a lot of you, I feel like this, again, is connected to your mom or your mother's side of the family, so extended family. But for some of you, it could be you, or it could be someone within your immediate family, a child or someone who's just acting out in some way. And you're trying to figure out, maybe your mom gave you some advice and it didn't work, or maybe she gave you advice that you don't agree with on how to handle this situation. So February is going to start out with you kind of, concerned about that, focused on that. And I feel like this is carrying over. I don't feel like this is a new disruption. This has been going on for a little while. So this is just kind of a continuing theme, a new act in a very long play, if you will. I do think, though, that good things are going to be going on in your personal life, Scorpio. For those of you who are coupled, I see you being able to have a very nice day. A lot of you go to a sunny climate. You may take a little trip and go on a nice little beach vacation for a day. This may be something that somebody recommends to you, or maybe they recommend a place that they've stayed before. Also for those of you who have been concerned about maybe getting time off from work to do this, I think you're going to, be able to do that and make that happen. So you're kind of protected in that area. I think it's necessary for you to take that time away. For those of you who are single, I still think that February is going to be a very positive time for you. I think you're going to be, if you're not coupled up, then maybe you're going to have fun with friends. I see you kind of in a group setting, being very happy, very positive about the future, and kind of talking about that a lot. Some of you be contemplating a new venture, and I see you kind of consulting with people about that, talking with people about, getting their advice and getting their 2 cents on a new opportunity or a new business venture that you're thinking about doing. For those of you single Scorpios, it's very possible that you may meet someone through someone older or through this person that gives you advice. I mean, it could be they set you up on a blind date or something like that for a day. No pressure, right? It may not be all day, but it would be early in the month of February. This could actually turn out to be very positive. So if somebody offers to set you up, do so. For you Scorpios who are active on online dating, you may set something up for a date, and it turns out to be pretty awesome. I mean, it looks like you have a really good time. So, definitely if you're out there, keep going for it, because I think you could meet someone very interesting. But I see Scorpios in general being very happy with the direction their lives are heading, in spite of all this family stuff that be going on. Help that you're going to receive in February is going to have a lot to do with your attitude. And Scorpio, sometimes this can be hard for you. You're more likely to kind of see the dark side of things, see the glass is half empty rather than half full, because that's kind of been your experience. You're down to earth, you're grounded. You don't get lost in flights of fancy. You are sensitive, more sensitive than people would expect, actually. But you hide that side of yourself. Sometimes you even hide it from yourself. But there is this little butterfly in there, Scorpio, and worry, just fighting to get out. So no matter how negative you feel certain things are, or how difficult that you think things be, there is this side of you that wants to be positive. You want to think that everything's going to turn out okay. And I think secretly you do hope that everything's going to turn out okay, but you just may not be seeing evidence of that all through worry. And that'll get you down. But don't let it, Scorpio. Don't let it. Stay hopeful. Stay hopeful that for this person, things are going to turn out okay, even though right now maybe they're not making the best decisions. Or maybe they're causing you problems. Don't lose hope that this is going to turn itself around. If it's you that has been difficult, that has been stubborn in some way, do what you can to rectify the situation. Scorpio, you don't have an easy time admitting you're wrong. But what's the point? Everybody knows you're wrong sometimes, and you not admitting it just makes it worse. So, if you have been wrong in some situation, if you've said something that hurt someone, do what you can to rectify that. Or at least plan how you're going to do that when Mercury turns direct. Because I think you're going to be, if you don't, I feel like it's going to bother you. It's just going to bother you a lot if you don't kind of step up and make this right. What has to be accepted about Mercury is that actually there's going to be a nice kind of break in all of this. I think you'll just be thinking about things that have already happened in February. I don't think there's going to be any new sort of tumultuous news or anything. I think you'll just be continuing to deal with the situation as it has been. Again, this long play that's been going on for a while. And you're going to kind of distance yourself from it so that you can kind of just reconsider what has happened, things that have been done. And then you're going to kind of turn your focus to your goals and what you want to accomplish this year. And I think February is a good time to do that, Scorpio, if you haven't had a chance to yet. If you really need to focus on what you want to get out of a routine and get that ball rolling, set things in motion, get things going where you need to be. And because you're going to be laying a groundwork for something this year that is going to support you for a long time. Whether it's a business opportunity, a new job, or a new relationship, there's something or someone germinating in February. And if it's a person, I don't know that they will come in February, because again, during the Mercury retrograde, it's never really great to start a new relationship. But it could be that this person is in your, moves into your immediate area, is going to come to the forefront in March. It's like February is the pins are being set up for you to knock them down. But for February, the pins are being set up, put into place. The players are, coming into the bowling alley. I don't know why I'm using bowling as a metaphor. It just came to mind. I happen to like bowling. But that's just what I saw was bowling pins being set up. So that's what's happening in February. And some of these pins you have to set up yourself, but others are being set up for you, and you don't even know about them. So keep that in mind. You single Scorpios especially. If this setup doesn't happen, someone's coming into your sphere, moving into your neighborhood, interviewing for a job at your company. Somebody who is supposed to be in your life is closer in February, getting ready, even though they don't know they're getting ready for you. That's happening in February. And you're going to intuitively feel this, Scorpio. You're going to feel like the past is the past. It is time to move on. Some of you may feel that you, again, there are some things you need to get out. Maybe there are some things that you have been hiding from someone that you need to fully move on. You need to share this information. You need to get this information out. And I think you'll be considering how to do that. And I think that you will do that in March. But for some of you, you know this is going to cause some upsets. It hurt someone, it cause drama, but at the same time, you and this other person can't move forward, or you and the other people involved can't move forward until this kind of comes out. For those of you in a relationship, I see you building even more financial stability. It looks like there's some kind of deal or partnership that you could go into financially together. So maybe you're thinking of starting a business together with your mate. There may be some delay around this, and I think that's good, but you start thinking about this, talking about this, kind of hashing out ideas in February. Some of you may be talking about moving a relationship to a new level in February. Some of you get married on day. If you do, congratulations. Because I see a lot of money going on, a lot of money being spent for some of you in February, and that would definitely denote a wedding, because weddings are certainly not cheap. But some of you talk about this, some of you decide to hold off, but I think a lot of you will go through with it. Just be aware with the Mercury retrograde. You know, if you've been together a long time, it's fine to get married in a Mercury retrograde. I personally know a couple that are married in a Mercury retrograde and have been married for over 12 years. So it doesn't mean it's not going to work, especially if you've been together a long time. But it is a rather stressful time to get married. You are kind of tempting fate, because those little things, the devil's in the details, and they can all go wrong with a Mercury retrograde. But also, there may be a new job opportunity that comes through for some of you at the end of February, and that's perfect timing, because I think it will be the last 2 weeks. And, you know, of course, you want to put off signing anything until you're committing to anything until when Mercury goes direct again. But for those of you looking for a job, looking for a promotion, it looks like there's an opportunity to make more money, or if you own your own business, to partner up with a new lucrative client, or with somebody who's going to bring more business to you. But yes, definitely make sure that this still looks good in the harsh light of March. Don't sign anything in February. If you can avoid it, of course, if you've been unemployed and you need a job, you take it, of course. You have to do what you have to do. But if you can delay it, March is an ideal time to move forward with those things. And I think by then you'll have all the information that you need. You know, because there may be something about a deal or a job offer that comes up and worry that just is not everything's on the table. You don't have all the information, and you will buy. So hold off if you can on that. But a lot of positive things starting for you, Scorpio. This family stuff is, you know, going to work out. But I think everybody's going to have to make an effort, you included, to do that. And I think that starts in worry. So just kind of think about your approach, what your approach is going to be. And worry. But that is what I see, Scorpio. I hope you have a wonderful day, and I will see you again in March. Thanks for watching.